anybody in here, but we we're going to the Final Four here
Sitting down, are we
late
standing up?
July. Let's sit down, just. Yeah, I filmed our reaction to the game-winning three by Andrew Harrison.
Final Four.
Shout
it
out
wasn't
to
easy.
yeah, Final Four was not easy. Shout out to Andrew Harrison, huge freaking shot. But I have to say,
Big effing
we'll
shot.
get into we'll break down the game here in a second. But I think someone right off the bat that needs to be commended for his performance was Willie Cauley-Stein. He was laying on the line. He was doing his stuff. I mean, if you're a Louisville fan, he was already hated, and he just intensified it by a billion, which I never thought was possible.
I thought
but
you
he
were going to
did.
say Nate Sestina.
Well, Sestina, obviously, he's another one. I mean, we'll get into that in a second. But I mean, Sestina obviously shot the roof off there.
No, Cauley-Stein definitely gave everything he had.
Yeah, Cauley-Stein
Freaking
laying it
Sestina-
out. And honestly,
Sestina was in flow
Cauley-Stein had a huge shot there because we were stuck on 64 for about 30 minutes because we needed to score 70. I don't know. Hopefully, if you guys don't know, I think most of you guys, if you're subscribed to our channel, you have to probably know what's going on. But if you don't know, Kentucky's been in this TBT tournament. Their team's called La Familia. And our team.
Little recap. Here.
Really quick, this is the Elite Eight. We won 4 games. Mountain Warriors, good to see you in here.
Mountain Warriors.
But so basically, it's called a TBT. There's like, I forget, 64. It's kind of close to March Madness, honestly. There's 64 teams in it. Every game comes down to a final shot. It's called the Elam ending. It's 8 points plus the winning team's points. But this was something I've been looking forward to for literally over a year. I've been keeping track of the roster moves. And speaking of our roster, most of you guys already know, Kenny Marr and I agree, big effing shot there by Andrew Harrison. But speaking of Andrew Harrison, we have the Harrison twins back in blue and white. Andrew Harrison, Aaron Harrison, Willie Cauley-Stein. We have James Young. We have Kellen Grady. We have Eric Bledsoe. Help me out here. We also have Daniel Orton, who's not doing much, but he's over there. He's our security, basically, our intensified security. We also have, Nate Sestina, my bad.
Grady.
And I said Grady. And then with the one guy, out of our 10 guys, the one guy who's not an ex-Kentucky guy, but he has blue blood and deep down, is Karam Canner. He's obviously the younger brother of Ennis Canner, who I think has changed his name since then, but for now I'm going to call him that. But he's been giving it all. He's been our MVP to this point as far as points go. But today was not his best game. But other guys picked him up. Willie Cauley-Stein picked him up. I mean, he had 3 threes in the first half. And you heard that correctly. You need to watch the highlights. Willie Cauley-Stein had 3 3-pointers and they were money. They weren't just like brick shots. They were money shots. But Willie Cauley-Stein picked him up. Nate Sestina was playing hard throughout. Nate Sestina, in my opinion, has been the MVP this entire thing. He's been unbelievable, absolutely unbelievable.
Yeah, Sestina, at that one point in the game where he'd already hit like 3 or 4 and he hits another one. I thought I was watching a replay at that one point.
Yeah.
I literally thought I was watching a replay.
Yeah,
I
seriously,
didn't even believe my
seriously.
eyes. And he made the same exact shot, put us up freaking 19 or 20. And at one point we were up 20. We went into the fourth quarter. I don't know why we fouled in the third, but then we scored 1 basket and there was a crap show until the.
What's the title of this stream called? I didn't say the title.
Hey Big Blue or whatever.
What does it say?
You can't react, it's just live. That's
all we got. That's all good.
But,
But it was kind of a last second thing.
Yeah, but that freaking Sestina though is the guy.
Thank you. Let me pronounce that correctly here. Is it Mahad? Mahad
1526.
15. Mahadi 526. Good to see you in here.
Whoever's in here. Glad to see you.
Yep.
I don't know whether we're reaching all Kentucky fans or not, but
Jason Carter, what looked like a scuffle at the end. So after the game was over, Andrew Harrison hit a clutch 3-point shot, and right after that, it was really heated throughout. I mean, I was contemplating going to the gym at halftime because I was just getting so fired up and so like my heart rate was going way too fast because Louisville was flopping a lot. Certain guys I never thought I'd have to watch again, like Chris Jones, Russ Dickulus, Smith, Montrezl Harrell, guys that I thought we escaped, but we had to play again, and they were. I mean, like we just said, Willie Cauley-Stein is our guy that I can understand if you're not a fan of us, you can't stand him. What's going on, Estella Santos?
we also could not effing score for 10 hours.
So getting back to the tournament thing, so this is actually one cool thing was every one of these games, the final shot the person who hits the final shot, whether it's a free throw, a 2, a 3, whatever it is, gets $1,000. So that's always it's kind of a cool aspect to the game, and I love going to a certain number.
So like you could tell this game really did not.
And I can even tell you right now, our first game, Brendan Canada, who's on the team, who's played sparingly, hit the game-winning free throw in the first game, and all the games before this point have been blowouts in our favor. Brendan Canada hit a free throw, James Young hit a 3, Karam Kanter hit a 3.
That's
and,
a player who's kind of absent from this game is Young.
Yeah, that's right. Young did not do much today. This game was not really for him. At least because James, there's guys that have gotten older they play differently, but this is not a game for James Young that he could do much. I thought he could do much. I thought he could do some stuff with his size.
Grady did nothing too, but
oh wait, they cut the stream off when the. Oh shoot, Jason Carter. Oh yeah, I remember you, man. You said I'm a big UK fan. Is why I was wondering, making sure our guys are good. Oh, okay. From what we saw on the stream, they seem to be fine. We pushed everyone away to the big board to advance our team over.
Everyone's good.
Yeah.
I mean, from what I saw, we were back on our.
Yeah. And I missed a comment from Mountain Warriors. Fun stuff. Nice to be back in the Final Four. Exactly. It's been a while. This is our first Final Four since 2015.
We don't get Final Fours under Cal.
Yeah, but
without
unfortunately,
Cal,
we're in a different era now. But great to be back. Great to beat our big Redbird rival. The Buckeyes are next. I know it's not gonna be easy, but wait, we're in the Final Four. This is our first year in this thing, and this thing's been going on since 2014. So I'm really proud of our boys. I just want to win a game, and here we are, 4 games in, going to the Final Four, which is in. Oh, I forget what they said exactly where it was, but I'm pretty sure it's August 2nd. So is that Saturday, Friday?
I'm not sure. Relaxing game against Ohio State.
I think that's actually. Oh shoot, that actually might be Friday night.
Yeah, they said Friday night.
Okay.
It's Friday.
Damn. So getting ready for Final Four Friday night.
Relaxing Friday night.
Great Kentuckian. Hey y'all, glad we got the win. What's going on, Great Kentuckian?
It's been a while.
Yes, I mean, I just goes without saying, guys, but I apologize for the lack of content.
Yeah, we've been uploading a while.
I told you before. I'm not gonna lie. We're not going anywhere. We're always here, and you guys can always reach out in the comments, and I'll see your comments and always want to respond back. But we're not going anywhere. This is definitely our first stream since a lot of stuff's gone on. I mean, Calipari's gone, Mark Pope's in. There's a lot of stuff to cover, which I think I want to do in a better setup stream for that. But just really quickly, Mark Pope, I'm pretty excited about it. At first I was a Dan Hurley guy. I wanted that, but then there was a lot of emotions going through our heads. I mean, John Calipari was our coach since I was able to understand basketball. So it was a big change. But I'm excited. I think he gets Kentucky basketball. He's won a championship with us, and I loved everything he said so far. Yeah, so I'm really excited about Mark Pope.
I love the speech.
Yeah. We're all in.
I think
we're all
definitely,
in.
Yeah.
And we're always all in.
I'm definitely ready for a change, and I think I'm ready to give Pope at least, and you said hope, but I'm ready to give him at least 3-4 seasons. I mean, to actually hopefully build a team and not just have one and dones anymore.
Yeah.
Like everyone else thinks.
But yeah, what's going on? Family happy, Carolina, Duran.
We got Cheese Man in the chat.
Cheese Man.
Cheese Man.
There's a lot of people in there.
Yeah, DeSantos.
Future athlete, Miranda. You want to help cover this? Take care of the stream.
what want me to do?
But yeah, I just wanted to discover that really quick. Good to see you guys in here. But yeah, guys, sorry for the last second. I think something's going on because there's only like 2 people in the chat. Or 2 people in the stream.
No, there's more. Just we're making an argument. So
what's going on, Cheese Man?
So now, like, because we've been watching every single TBT game. I think I missed the first one. Did I miss what part of the? I wasn't able to watch the first one because I was at work. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, no, I've watched every single one of them. Like I said, I was super. Well, actually, that's the problem. Actually, I've been super excited for this for a year, and it's kind of crazy. The first game, I was trying. I mean, if anything, I would know when this game is on, what streaming service it's on. But our first game was impossible to find. I literally couldn't watch it until the highlights came up. I did have basketball that night. It was Friday night, but that was the only game I missed. Since then, we watched the second game, even though we had some issues with our TV here. And then the next game, we've watched every game. We covered every game, but just super excited. Like I said, this game, the reason why I was hesitant with how we were going to pull this game out was because of the fact that Louisville's been in this thing, as they call themselves, the Ville in this tournament. They've just been in this thing for a long time. So I thought experience-wise, they might have the advantage with this. No, I appreciate that, Cheese Man.
But we knocked him out.
But we knocked them out, and it was just really exciting. And we got up super big. We were 56-38 going to the fourth quarter. I did not think that it was going to be easy, but
It definitely wasn't
it was not easy. And then it just for a second there, I'm like, please tell me we're not going to blow this game.
I
we
went
couldn't
from-
score.
I don't think you can even explain, like, the Sestina threes. I was on such a high, and I was like, holy crap.
Yeah.
But then I just knew there was enough time to where we could F it up. But then the scoring, so Louisville goes on a 8-0 run or something
Yeah.
to cut it to like 12, and then suddenly there's a scoring drought that just made me want to run through a wall.
Yeah, a major scoring drive. I would love to know the real time for that.
Well, yeah, thank God we scored the 2 points. Aaron scored the first 2 points at the beginning of the fourth, or the beginning of the Elam time. Because
Yeah.
if he didn't score those, if he didn't score those points, I would have ran through the effing window, honestly.
Yeah.
But then finally, so we scored those 2. Then Cauley Stein had the AM one to get us to 66, 67, and then the 3 to win it.
Yeah, wait.
It was an AM
Yeah,
one.
that's right. Yeah, that's right. Because we started 62 before the Elam ending, and Andrew Harrison had a quick floater to give us 64, and then Willie Cauley-Stein had a big rebound into an
Very
M1,
nice.
made the free throw, by the way, which is big. Gave us 67, and then we even said don't go for a 3, and Andrew Harrison knocks down a 3, which is kind of a role reversal. Usually it's his brother Aaron hitting the big 3, and Andrew Harrison gets a shot to make the big 3, which is awesome.
But and that's the thing. It's like, but Bledsoe is something that I have to mention. Like, I was so impressed by him.
Yeah.
Like, obviously,
He's been great most of this tournament.
Yeah, we know he's a great player, but like he was exposing matchups in the last games. Obviously, this is a better team, but
Yeah.
I really hope he plays better in the next game because I
Yeah.
feel like he has a lot of potential.
No,
He was just turning it over way too much today.
Yeah, no, Bledsoe did not have his best game today. Honestly, Bledsoe and Karam Kanter have been 2 of our rocks to rely on, and today that was not the case. Bledsoe was better than Karam in some ways, but Bledsoe was just making a lot of unnecessary, lazy turnovers, in my opinion, which he's better than. He's a 14-year NBA player. He knows much better than that. He's better than that. But Karen Martin, good to see you in here. Always fun to watch the Cats win, no matter what time of the year it is, even late July. And then I saw Todd Walters made a great comment. We beat the Ville and the refs, without a doubt.
Like always.
The officiating was atrocious. I mean, we're just being honest. It was one-sided the entire way, which at one point the refs were not enough to overcome how badly Louisville was not playing well. They were missing a lot of shots.
Yeah, no. The what was the stat? It was 10 free throw in the first half. It was 10 free throw attempts for Louisville, and 2 for Kentucky.
Yeah.
Make that make sense, sir.
No, I agree. And Christopher Reeves, you're right. I missed some Harrison twin action there, and it's like I said. That's why I was so excited about this. It's just kind of a what's the word? Nostalgic type thing. Seeing these players that we've cared so much about, and the fact that we know they can still play. But Andrew Harrison, that was a total, just kind of amazing moment to get to go back and have that. I mean, that was a major rush. And like I said, we've not been to many Final Fours recently. But Andrew Harrison with a cold-blooded shots, that was great.
It was really awesome seeing a lot of these players, especially seeing Cauley Stein out there, because he really was giving all he had out there. He was diving.
He was.
He was freaking dunking it, and just his energy was just amazing out there with the Harrison twins, and then with freaking Bledsoe was still playing okay, but then Sestina, I wish Grady could have contributed more, but honestly, it was really, really cool to see.
Yeah. And Christopher Reeves also Cauley, bro. He was awesome. I agree. I'm torn between Cauley Stein and Sestina for the MVP of the game. I'm gonna go with. It'd be easy to say Sestina, and I'm not downplaying Sestina's performance, but I'm gonna go with Cauley Stein just because of the effort he was showing out there. Because he had not played the greatest through these games, and he really laid it out there. And without him, we don't win today. I mean, without Sestina, we don't win either. But I'm gonna go with Cauley Stein. Who are you gonna go with for your game?
Oh, Sestina.
Sestina. Okay.
Sestina was
That's probably what I'm saying.
absolutely cold-blooded, just freaking a monster out there, could not be stopped. I mean, it was just making him from basically the logo out there, just turning, shooting, yelling. He must have been feeling. He was feeling out there.
He was
battling the crowd, the refs. Honestly, it reminds me of the year that he didn't get a tournament run.
Yeah,
but I remember when he would go on runs.
That's true.
Yell
oh my gosh,
the crowd, and
that's a
it
great.
Just brought me back to kind of
that moment. That's a great comment from Kenny there. I forgot about that. Sestina was on a team that I think was a Final Four team, championship team, and to be honest, and for them to have that tournament ripped away from them, really, I still does not sit well with me. So this is awesome to see Sestina on this stage. He deserves this. I mean, they all deserve it, but he 100% deserves a chance to have a tournament run like this. So that is a great point. It makes me even more excited and happy for him, and I'm super excited to watch the highlights here soon.
Well, yeah, in the comments, Cheeseman said we look like cheese. We look like we smell like cheese.
Okay.
But then Greg Kentuckian said Sestina had his hands down twice and got called for a foul. That was so true. That one from Sestina, they called a foul, and Sestina's arms were down.
Wait.
Like, how did they call that foul?
Oh, no. Like I said,
Sestina's arms were down.
Like Walter, was it Walter? Or sorry, Todd Walters. I agree that the refs were against us the entire time. They were totally against us.
But the Sestina one was different. And even the Cauley Stein one at halftime.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Foul. And the one guy would flop
it's
like a fish every time.
Yeah, I agree. It's the officiating was absolutely atrocious.
Their flopping was probably worse than the rest.
Is that what you were talking about from Great Kentuckian?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's right. There was a lot of M1s and fouls called that were not fouls. I mean, and we're biased as Kentucky fans, but there was stuff that was like if it's a foul, we'll be like, oh, that's a foul. But there was a lot of fouls that were not fouls, and we're just being honest.
Sure. And the refs were terrible, but the Louisville, once again, they had to flop like buffoons out there. I mean, they were flopping way too much. I mean, like, it's an alumni game, and you're going to come in flopping? Like, that's just ridiculous.
Yeah. Christopher Reeves, Sestina in the third quarter was channeling inner Prince. That's true. Yeah. I was too young to see that stuff live, but I've obviously I've watched the videos on YouTube and watched the replays of those games you're talking about. But that was definitely a North Carolina-like run where he hit those threes all. Was it 5 threes? Yeah, Christopher Reeves, remind me again, was it 5 threes in a row to start the game against North Carolina, or am I off on that?
See, for me, it's more like I make the reference to Monk when I think about Monk, because I watched that real time.
I mean, yeah, pick a few guys, but definitely Prince.
It was pretty close to that.
Yeah. And Zach Turner, good to see you in here. Big dubs for the Cats. Refs were horrible in the second half. Yeah, we thought they were bad throughout the entire game, but without a doubt, really bad in the second half. It got worse. So I agree with that, Zach.
First, worse in the second.
Yeah. But no, Zach, you'll let us know who you think the MVP of the game was. I said Cauley Stein, Kenny said Sestina, but you can choose either one, I think. I mean, there's a whole team together.
I'm buying a Sestina jersey.
I'm one of the
Sestina jersey.
I want to buy a team jersey for this team. I love this team. And I forgot to say this. With our roster, it's crazy. We actually had Reed Travis, Deron Lamb, and Marcus Teague on our original roster, and they were all late scratches due to professional obligations overseas. So imagine that. Without Reed Travis, or without him opting out, we probably don't get Karam Kanter, and he's been a major piece to our team. I would love to have seen Travis come back, and hopefully next year we do this again, and every year to come after that, and we can get Travis to join. I would love to have seen Lamb. Imagine that. Lamb he's obviously cold-blooded, and Teague, who knows?
Well, Kanter, he is a big weapon. He's done really good, but those 2 missed free throws almost made me throw up.
Who?
Kanter's missed 2 free throws.
Yeah, no. Kanter missing 2 free throws with a moment. I think I punched this this dinner stand over here because I was like, I mean, we were 56-38 going into the fourth quarter. So I think at that point we were just like, can we get we wanted a 10-point lead. And we kind of held that. They cut it to 6, but when they got to 6, I'm like, okay, guys, we need to pick it up.
No, when they cut it to 6, I was ready to I was about to puke.
Yeah.
I'm not even joking.
Great Kentuckian. I would go for Cauley because he seemed in his element, though you can't deny Sestina making many of his shots were just luck.
And Cauley's freaking...
Well, hey, I mean, he was when you're in a zone, you go off, and he was in a beyond. I mean, Kenny said during the game, he's like his adrenaline's got to be so high, and he looked like Luka Doncic in that moment, did he not?
He was going.
He flexed into the yell exactly like Luka.
He wasn't cussing out a player on the court.
I'm telling you, no, he wasn't doing that.
He wasn't making him in center court.
Sestina reminds me of Luka in some ways. I know that might be a bad player comparison, but in that moment, on that 3rd or 4th 3 hit, that was definitely a Luka moment.
But Willie was definitely. I mean, he was bringing the energy.
Yeah, but that's right. I forgot about that.
I was just saying he's just a player I haven't seen like on a Kentucky team. He's a player that you don't always rely on his points.
Yeah.
Even though the first half when he made 3 threes in a row, I couldn't even believe it. He made 2 or 3.
No, 3.
He made 3 threes
Yeah,
We're forgetting about that. He made 3 threes in the first half.
Yeah, did you ever think you'd be saying or witnessing Willie Cauley-Stein hitting 3 threes in a row?
No,
I can't even. I would like to see him hit 3 free throws in a row when I was in college.
Remember when I said that for the first 3? I'm like, okay, let's not rely on that. And then he made another one. Okay, well maybe.
I mean,
I'm like, oh god.
I mean, and Louisville has a guy shooting granny-style free throws. It's crazy.
Yeah, this game.
But you're right though. Cauley-Stein was beyond in his element. Great Kentuckian, just taunting the other team. And he was doing it early on where I'm like, man, I hope we can win this game so I can watch that moment and not fire him up. But Louisville was taunting a lot
lead,
too.
Blew a 12-point lead,
blew
a 20-point lead.
Yeah, we were up 24-12 early in the first half, and that lead, they cut it to 2, I think, at one point. But we never trailed the entire game, did we? Maybe early? Maybe super. We might not have ever trailed. That might have been a wire-to-wire victory, which is crazy. Christopher Rees, oh, thank you for that. So you said Prince hit 5 straight threes. Last one from the UK logo, like 40-foot insanity. No, that's right. I for sure remember that one. I just couldn't remember it was 5. But that's crazy. Imagine if you were there for that. Even just watching that live had to get your adrenaline going. I mean, just when a guy goes back to back, that gets your adrenaline going. But hit 5 in a row is insane. Yes. And you said Christopher Rees, Inside Info UK team. I know that's a great point. Great Kentuckian. Christopher Rees, you're right. Our UK team, current team for the next year, beat this team twice in scrimmages. So you don't know how hard they were playing, but that's a great point. I saw the highlights that one of the channels posted, and it looked like Jackson Robinson was going off. And I'm trying to think who else stuck out in that video. I think Jackson Robinson was the one that stuck out most to me, but there's a few guys that were obviously doing their thing. So that was super cool to see, and I'm super excited for next year's team. I think we have a chance to be a really good team, really up, or what's the term? I don't say experience, because a lot of the guys don't have experience playing at Kentucky, but they're all upperclassmen. So hopefully a lot of maturity on the team that we're not used to seeing in a Kentucky basketball team, like ever, outside of maybe 2015. And that was sophomores and juniors. Never mind. That's still though, like for us, the sophomores, that was like experience for us. But you're right, though. We'll see what happens, Christopher. Great Kentuckian. The commentator said Cauley made only 6 threes in his entire NBA career. And here he is taking shots like it's his normal style play. I think you're right. Our dad, Barry, on the channel, he made a great point on a phone call after the game ended about how late in that game when no one could score, a lot of these guys are not used to – and now some are playing overseas, not all of them, but some are not used to playing this competitive basketball with that big of a crowd. So you could tell they were becoming not out of shape, because they're in shape, but like they were definitely short of breath. And then the commentators even mentioned that. So that's one thing to keep in mind, that they were all kind of getting tired. But that's why you drive. You drive and get to the free throw line and calm things down. You don't take crazy threes. But hey, we won on a 3.
That is like intense lockdown defense for that consistently with no points. You know everyone was freaking dying.
Yeah.
I mean,
no, for sure.
When there's no points,
I'm dying at half court today.
I felt exhausted. I feel exhausted right now.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. I'm about to sleep good tonight after, obviously, because we won. But goodness gracious, I feel like I've played this whole game.
I just kept saying, we were talking about. I know it's easier said than done, but I was just saying, like, with Willie Cauley-Stein being a lob threat, I don't know why we didn't have Aaron or Bledsoe drive and kick. Drive and lob.
Yeah.
And I know the defense, they have really good defense. They have tough defenders in there. I know they're freaking tripling, quadrupling when you go in. Anything under the rim trying to get a layup was obviously going to be impossible.
Yeah.
Because they were locking that down. But
we only got the one lob dunk, but you think we would do that more, especially because Louisville was overplaying. As Lee, a contributor to UK Reactions, as Lee would say, stop overplaying. We were overplaying a bit. And also, shout out to Kellen Grady. He didn't play the greatest today. He's trying. But hopefully Grady will show up in the Final Four, because Grady's a guy that was one of our better players that year. He's probably one of our best players of that whole season. Hopefully
he steps up. Sestina's definitely been consistent, though.
Yeah.
I mean,
but yeah, obviously you got to lean on your best guys right now.
Hopefully Grady can.
Yeah, give us something. I think he's just got to see a few things go in. But at least he had the confidence to keep shooting late in the game, which was nice to see. Great Kentuckian. I'm excited for Jackson Robinson and Amari Williams this season. I agree. Those two, without a doubt, are 2 of the top guys I'm most excited for as well. We'll do a whole stream, a whole video breaking down the roster and who we think will be the more integral players for next year.
I'm gonna have to do my research again and learn every single player's name.
Kenny's got to get a refresher on the new roster. I know everybody from top to bottom just because I keep track of the roster moves. I don't want to try to name them all right now, but yeah, I saw someone mention Kirk. That's right, Kirk. Now I don't know how to pronounce. I'm gonna guess the last name. I don't know how to pronounce that yet, but Kirk Krisa, right, Krisa. I'll get corrected on that and do it right once I hear how to say it. Went off apparently against Familia for 7 or 8 threes in scrimmages apparently. Dang. I saw him. I wasn't as impressed. Again, I've said that before. I thought Ulis wasn't good enough. I didn't say he wasn't good enough. I just thought I was like, who is this guy? And Ulis is one of my favorite players in the Cal era. So first impressions don't mean much with basketball and how it translates on the big stage like Kentucky basketball. But yeah, he seems like he could be a really solid player next year, and that's why I'm most excited to see him on the floor against a different team. So seeing that scrimmage against the La Familia was really cool to see them out there. And like I said, I have high expectations for next year's team. I mean, we got to give Mark Pope a few seasons, but I hope we play up to the UK basketball standards, as he said. Like every year, our goal is not like, oh, let's just get to the tournament. That's never our goal. Our goal is to try to get a Final Four and championship done. So I think with our experience
and respect the fans,
don't talk down to the fans, and just respect the program. No one's ever bigger than the program. That's how it has to be. And apparently, some people did not think that way.
And Tyler Ulis should actually be the coach now instead of Pope.
I agree. I don't know if Mick would agree with that, but yeah, Tyler Ulis is 4-0. Wait, how many? 1, 2, 3.
He's already hanging banners.
Yeah. Ulis is hanging a banner in his first season as a Kentucky basketball coach. So
think about that.
Take that for what it is. I mean,
take that for whatever it is. I mean, literally, Tyler Ulis hung a banner.
Now, we were saying fire Ulis there towards the end because I mean, it was getting
he was drawing out some horrible plays.
It was getting so bad that we could not throw it in. Like I think Bledsoe drove in like finally. It did a floater and it barely missed.
We were just missing
and Carly Stein just dunked it in.
We were getting blocked, falling out of bounds. We missed 2 free throws, and then freaking Bledsoe goes in for like a little tiny what do you call it, floater? Freaking breaks.
Yeah, I just love that. I just love the fact that like if you'd have told me a year ago that I'd have been saying that is effing nutless to a Karam Canner. Like what are you talking about?
Fire Ulis right now.
You said that's terrible. I was like, that is effing horrible.
Yeah, but to see our reactions to the game, check out the Patreon.
Yeah, I filmed a reaction to the game-winning shot. I don't know how I'm gonna post that. Maybe I can do a.
If I would have filmed that game, I would have.
I don't know how I'm gonna do that. I'll just do a quick video. It's only it's less than 30 seconds. Let us know in the comments if you want to see that. I might post that and censor a couple words after we reacted. But yeah, great win, guys, overall. Really proud of our team. Kentucky wins 70-61. 70-61. And it's crazy. Final Four. My goal coming into this was I just wanted to win a game. And we won a game. We won a second game. Won a third game, which I thought the last game against the Marshall team was really they were the 1 seed in our region, and we blew them out. We blew them out. And they had a really annoying guy. But I thought he was annoying. I had no idea what was coming for us tonight. I should have known. I did know it was a little bit, but I was like, they're not going to be that annoying. And there was guys biting at Sestina.
Biting, clawing,
scratching, there was almost a zombie attack there in the first time. It really was. Sestina had to dodge back.
I mean, I can't imagine that atmosphere. I know just it being a rival, being an alumni. I mean, you could tell. I know the announcers like to hype up everything,
but that was a big deal.
Over dramatic, but I think. Because I know we've been to a Kentucky Louisville game.
Oh yeah,
crazy it's been.
Yeah,
so I can only imagine. And then all the players, there were fights breaking out in the first half.
Yeah,
there's pushing, shoving,
and
trash talking. I mean,
hey, and whether or not I like them or not, these are grown men out there, and
you can tell this
playing
actually,
for $1 million.
Yeah, this is not about money though. Like you could.
No.
I
agree.
It was definitely pride. You could tell this was. Yeah, this
is why
it really mattered. These teams did not like each other. You could tell.
Yeah, this is why. In my opinion, this is the greatest rivalry in all of college basketball, and maybe all of sports. To be honest, I mean, there's some good ones, but that at the end there just shows this is late July on a Monday night after 11 o'clock, and we're having a brawl. I'm not gonna say it's a brawl, but we're having a little scuffle there at the end. It got close, and people that don't know what's going on, they're like, "What the heck's going on here?" But they're missing out because that is top notch. I mean, it's what it's about. It was a bloodbath.
Well,
and also,
and I do want to say this though. Again, I've mentioned this about the format. I love the format of the actual points.
Yeah.
Even though when it's your team, it's kind of hard to watch, and when you crap away a 20-point
Well-
lead. But the whole format of the actually going to a specific point thing, I think is just awesome.
yeah, and I like the quarter format too.
I'd love to see this in the NBA, like if they did 3v3 style tournaments.
You know,
and I think it's just really fun to see a game end on one shot. Seeing it end on a free throw is very anticlimactic, but seeing it end on the shot, I think is just a really fun way.
I think why it was so stressful for us today too is every time this happened before, we were up 30 points. So it's like the last time, like we're just chucking shots. So that's hard for the team. You got to think about that too. That's probably why it was harder for us to score because we had not been in a situation where it was within 20 points yet to win a game.
Well, it changes.
And it's a rival, and it's the biggest crowd, which I wanted to say that. The biggest crowd before this game in this tournament was 7,000, I think.
Almost doubled.
And then we literally doubled. It was 14,000.
I thought it was 7. Well, whatever.
Today?
I think we almost
I thought it was
doubled.
14,000.
It was 7 before.
Yeah,
Today
it was 14 today.
It was 13, I thought.
All right, either way. That's true.
Either
Maybe
way-
it was.
either way, we
we
doubled.
broke the record today of attendance. I mean, tickets were bought and sold out
Numbers
within like.
doubled.
I mean, they were doubled, and rise of Planet of the Apes connection there, but yeah, some broken records. Because again, this matters. This matters, and I'm gonna go to bed going to the Final Four, and Louisville fans are not, unfortunately. Get them next time.
Gonna sleep.
Yep.
Yeah,
Get them next time, guys. Get them next time. You can go back and
Right.
go back and watch some of the games we beat you guys with these same guys. But Great Kentucky, and I honestly believe that if this is the first if this first Pope team wins a championship, they deserve a movie. It would be on the grounds of how a team was built from scratch and went through the adversity to get it done. I agree. Great Kentucky, and if we win a championship this year, you could do a lot of stuff. And I mean, seriously, that is like storybook situation stuff there. I mean, you're building a team from scratch. You're losing a coach that we've had for how many years, and we get that done. I mean, geez, I can't even. You can't even. I mean, I can't even like. I can imagine it, but I'm like, that's a reality I want to live in without a doubt. So I without a doubt that would have to happen, and
I would definitely.
we would make a movie out of it.
I would definitely co-sign that movie. I'd be the co-director.
Yeah, I would love to direct that movie. And
I would fund it.
personally create it myself. But no, you're right though.
Seriously.
And Christopher Reeves, the announcer, does Field of 68. The fat dude. He's not too bad. Kind of like him. I agree. I actually Field of 68. I've watched that a lot last year, and I thought I always enjoyed his commentary on those videos. It wasn't his fault. No matter who was calling the game today, would have pissed me off at the end just because we weren't scoring, and they had to keep saying like this, like there's a game and stuff. But I actually do like him a lot. I think his name's John Fanta. I could be wrong.
They were even joking like, my grandma was supposed to be asleep 2 hours ago.
No, because both teams didn't score for like 30 minutes, and he's like, well, am I taking our 2.5 hours the way these teams are playing right now? I know, seriously, imagine, I mean.
We had 6 trips empty where we got shots.
That could have been really bad. If they would have scored threes, that could have been a bad situation at the end there, but thankfully they were missing every shot.
No, that game, I don't think you realize, well, if you watch the game, you realize, like, it was crumbling, and when they cut it to 6, I'm like, holy F, and then we made it 3.
I just love how.
It was all crumbling before our eyes. We were up 20 effing points.
We couldn't
cut to
score.
6.
We couldn't score, and every time we got a rebound, like,
no. Every time we got a rebound or we got a stop, I would just take an exhale and then we'd freaking
I
F it up, miss a layup.
I stopped saying drive. I'm like, I'm not going to say it anymore. Like, this is just ridiculous. We
And
can't
then Cannon
get F and
misses 2
score.
free throws, and I was about that.
Yeah, I'm about to go back and watch the game again. But anyways, guys, just want to do a quick stream here. Maybe we'll do a little another stream on Friday night for the Ohio State game. But no matter what, we're going to do some big streams here soon talking about next year's team with way more detail. We haven't really covered that as much as I'd like to in this video, so I apologize if you guys wanted to hear more about our thoughts of next year. But again, in short, I'm really excited about next year's team, and I think our upper class maturity type situation next year with our team is going to be our advantage.
When's the
And
last
we have
time
some
you
talent on the team too.
streamed?
The last
stream was goal key.
the last time it was on this channel, we were playing against a freaking unstoppable force in Oakland.
Yeah, freaking
But that's kind of what happens here. Like again,
we'll disappear for 6 months after an action figure.
Guys, it goes without saying. I apologize for the lack of uploads and content. And as I always say, I have big goals with what I'd like to do with this channel, and at some point we're gonna get there. And I really appreciate all you guys for sticking around and still being here. because again, I've not done my end of the bargain with content, and it's completely on me. So I hope to get things back to what they should be soon, and I hope the content level can get a lot better, the quality and just everything. And no matter what, the one thing that's going to constantly remain, whether we're on a potato screen or HD perfect footage, is our passion for Kentucky basketball, and we'll always bleed blue. So, anyways, appreciate Phil checking out the stream here. Christopher Reeves, night guys. Ohio State is next. Go Cats. Yeah. I know when we saw that, I didn't even know that till tonight. I literally did not even know that. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. Now I can confirm there is no Duke team in this year's tournament. I don't think there ever has.
Yeah, I don't think you guys realize there's a few teams. I mean, there's a lot of teams I can't stand, but
yeah, I mean, no matter what, at this point,
Ohio
you're
State
going to play good teams,
but
but you're not going to surpass. I don't think you're ever going to surpass what you saw tonight. Ohio State it's a big rivalry for us because we're from Ohio, but I don't think it's going to be as. I mean, I don't know.
It's not going to.
It's going to be chippy, but it's not going to be this level.
It's not going to be that kind of atmosphere, but I will be interested to see because Ohio State and Kentucky have had some legendary tournament games, so I'd be interested to see the crowd. It will not be anywhere near this, but personally, it'll be another meat grinder, that's for sure.
Yeah, drop the rest of us here. You drop the rest of us here in a meat grinder.
Don't expect to have a 20-point lead going to that freaking final.
And then speaking of Fredder reference, Dylan just said went to the game versus the 305 Ballers and met both Harrison twins and Darius Miller. That is awesome. All three of those guys you met. That is really cool. I was lucky enough to meet the Harrison twins back after the 38-0 year. I met them at a Barley Corn's place, and they were both really cool guys. I also met Towns. Kenny met Booker. I also met Dakari and Trey Lyles. I think we met Reed Travis as well, and Mikey showed up for that. And then Dylan also said, haven't been to a Final Four since the Harrison twins and Willie, and now we are back to a Final Four with the twins. I know.
It's crazy.
Oh, my gosh. It goes without saying, but, man, I would have loved to have seen Harrison twins and Cauley Stein come back for another year.
See, if only Ulis was our coach, we would have won.
Yeah. And one more great fact from Dylan, too, was last time we played an Ohio State team in the tourney, Brandon Knight hit a game winner.
Is that true? That's the last time we played him in the tournament?
Oh, for sure.
Oh,
we played him a couple times since, but not in the tournament.
That'd be soul-injury revenge game.
Somebody needs to look up. Can we get Brandon Knight? Can we sign him to a one-game deal for this game? I don't think we can. But that'd be sick. Brandon Knight has another game-winning shot.
Wait, who else was on that team when we played Ohio State? Anyone on this team?
Lamb would have been. I think that's it.
Like Miller, Gilchrist, Jones.
No. That team was Terrence Jones, Brandon Knight, Deron Lamb, Harrelson.
See, Harrelson's the one I was talking about. He should be on this team, honestly.
No, yeah, you're right, Dylan. No, you're right. There's so many guys. I might make a video just talking about all the guys because again, this goes without saying, but this is I made the reference earlier. This is kind of like I'm not going to say B squad. This is kind of like our kind of like misfits that had not made it as much in the pros as I would have thought they would have. Because think about it.
The Avengers.
Our best NBA players are nowhere in this. Like Shea, you have freaking Towns, Davis, Booker, Bam. Again, like they're in the Olympics. So Louisville fans need to realize they just lost to our C squad, B squad, and
no disrespect.
No disrespect, but like.
But it's just
our pool of guys to pull from. I'm not going to forget they do have Donovan Mitchell. They have a couple guys that would help out, but there's no comparing. I mean, we have more guys. That's the fact. It's not even close. But still, Kentucky's on another level, and they'll always be our.
Do you want to go to the next level?
They'll always be the little bro.
That's all we have to say to Louisville. If they actually beat us, we'd be like, do you want to go to the next level? And we'll just get all the NBA guys.
But still, that's why I'm so proud of our boys for winning today. You got to be kidding me.
What?
I didn't know that. Well, first of all, I knew Reed Travis was supposed to play in this, but he opted out because of a commitment to overseas stuff, I believe. But you're telling me Archie Goodwin's on a team that's in it now? What?
Wow.
So he's stabbing us in the back?
Wow, that's weird.
It says, actually, it's a rule that you can't play in the NBA or the G League to play in this event. Okay. Well, that's right. So like guys that are in that okay,
Oh,
okay.
yeah, people that
That
in
makes
the
sense.
NBA.
Like obviously, like I'm sure contract wise they wouldn't be allowed anyway.
Yeah.
But that's why I assumed all these guys that are in this are done with the NBA or not in it currently or G League. But I still was frustrated that Reed Travis isn't in any of those. He had a commitment overseas, or was he? I hope he's playing pros. I would love that in
You
the
know,
NBA.
I'd love to see like some of these Kentucky teams in like 10 years, 5-10 years, will be really fun to watch. I mean, this is really fun, but we
Yeah,
got some
yeah.
really fun teams.
It's
in, like,
safe to
10
say.
years.
I mean, obviously, the person that created this team is not going to watch this. If they do, I'd love that. But if you are watching this, and if anyone can pass this on, I appreciate that. I hope they do this forever. Like this is, I've been begging them to do this since the start of this thing because I saw Ohio State was always doing it, Louisville was always doing it, Marshall, all these other teams were creating their own team, Wichita State, and I wanted this so badly for us. I mean, one year like Marcus Lee and Dominique Hawkins were on a team, but it wasn't Kentucky. It was just a random team somewhere. And I was like, man, this would be so cool to like
Yeah,
get
seeing
some
these
guys back
players
together,
back
getting the
is-
boys back together, just creating the nostalgic stuff that us fans, only us true fans know about. Like seeing them suit up in blue and white again is just, it's surreal. It's hard to even describe, which is why I've been looking forward to it for like over a year.
If only that was Aaron making that shot at the end.
For a second I thought it
Not
was.
real, is it?
If Lee was there, I'd have grabbed Lee's shoulders like.
I mean,
just
Aaron
like-
making it is just as cool, but
Yeah.
just because Aaron made the shots
Yeah.
before.
And then one last thing, sorry guys. Dylan said Travis, Duran Lamb, and Marcus Teague all had to back out because of commitments to overseas teams. Okay, so that's what I thought. Okay. And again, I don't blame him for that, but I would have loved to have seen them suit up because, again,
Teague
like
out there would have been. I like Bledsoe right on the point, but no, maybe Teague.
who knows? I mean, Teague was
More
Teague was
control.
the only guy, point guard, to win a championship under the Cal era, which is crazy.
Yeah.
Because in my opinion, Teague doesn't even fit the top 5 of our point guards. But hey, he did enough to win a title, and not many guys can say that. So you can't take that away from him.
Would love to have seen a Willis. Would love to. Have
I
seen
know. I'm surprised. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, like a Miller.
Yeah.
I would have loved to see Miller.
Now, I think, as Dylan just said, he is there. Miller has been there. Rondo's been on the sidelines. And that's what's most exciting about it if we can do this year in and year out, is I hope guys are seeing this, and they'll be like, damn, I want to play in that next year. Like a Patrick Patterson, Darius Miller
Well,
comes
and
back.
then-
Like,
yeah,
some of the guys maybe they
Patterson-
don't want to, but
Yeah.
I think a lot of them, the ones that bleed blue and want to be here, will definitely want to do it.
I would have loved to see Patterson or Jones. Then also, like I
Patterson.
mentioned, and I know it can't happen, but Tyler Ulis, I would have loved to
Yeah.
have seen him on the court because
For sure.
like he's my favorite player of all time, favorite Kentucky player of all
Yeah.
time. So I would have loved to have seen him on the court. I guess his injury stuff,
Yeah.
but he's doing a great job as a coach, clearly.
And
But seeing him on the court and him running the point would be unbelievable to watch.
Yeah, and then
Again.
speaking of coaching staff, we have Tyler Eulis, Sean Woods, like some really cool staff, and I'm glad that Eulis is our coach. But I would love to have seen him playing for sure because he was one of our best point guards.
His defense, his ability,
yeah.
his ball
Definitely.
handling, everything.
And Dylan also said, so Dylan said that I can't even pronounce his name, but the guy who
Are you serious?
who we thought bit at Sestinas.
No, that
Oh
was at the
shoot!
end.
I didn't. Oh my god.
He spit
Okay,
on
okay.
Brooks.
So you're telling me that this guy tried to bite him earlier and then he spit on him? That's terrible. I didn't even know that. Thank you for the information, Dylan. I totally believe you. I just can't believe it. That's unbelievable.
That's crazy. He spit on him. What a coward. I mean, that's just the state of Louisville.
Oh my gosh.
They were just.
You see what he also said? He said Eulis actually doesn't want to be at Arkansas. Someone tweeted a petition for people to sign and donate money to keep Eulis in Lexington, and he reposted
Is
it.
that actually true? Hang on.
Hey,
Is
hey.
that actually true?
For
Where
one,
did I
for
check
one,
that?
I am frustrated that he went to Arkansas with Cal, and he said he told reporters should be on the media. He told reporters should be on the. Okay, hey, no. I trust me. I want Eulis to be in. Maybe, hey,
Let's
maybe
look this up.
Maybe Eulis is there at Arkansas to sabotage them. Who knows? I'm just saying. Obviously, he loves Kentucky basketball. That's why he's doing this. And all these guys. It's honestly perfect timing because a lot of people
John
like to
Calipari's
say.
a gosh dang jellyfish.
Well, that's the thing. I'm only touching this for like 2 seconds, or else I'm going to get in a whole rant. But John Calipari, the whole thing about the players, people were like, the players were only there for Cal. This was the perfect time for this tournament to happen because
Cal
this
would
is
not let
showing
this
you.
happen.
First of all, I'm ready to like break down an emotion here because
Crying.
what I just saw with the Harrison twins doing L's down and everyone like hugging each other after beating Louisville and fighting, putting their I'm not gonna say putting their lives on the line, but they're putting their lives in a bad situation where they're getting bit on by these freaking people at freaking Louisville. And guess what? This matters, and this shows you that Kentucky basketball is bigger than any person. It's Kentucky basketball, and the passion that we have, that you guys have, that the players have, is mutual amongst everybody. And this is just a perfect time to show that no one person is bigger than the program. And I appreciate everything that Cal did for us, but he is not the reason why Kentucky basketball is what it is. It was what it was before he got there, and it is going to be what it is after he's gone, and that's how I'm going to end it off here. But, guys, I'm proud to be a Kentucky basketball fan. Always will be. We bleed blue. And any last words, Kenny, before I close it off?
Well, there's no reports on the
Ulis thing.
Ulis
Well,
thing.
I believe you don't. I know for a fact he doesn't want to be in a freaking hog suit over there in Arkansas.
But he said he's still gonna be with Kentucky. He says he is in for life with Kentucky, but he's still gonna go to Arkansas. So I don't know how that works. But
I will not be watching the Arkansas game next year.
if you want to go over with that freaking piece of crap over there in Arkansas, you know what? Go ahead.
Yeah, seriously, more power to you. You're gonna go hog it up over there.
If you wanna go over to Cal and have one and done players and lose
More power to you.
lose to Golke in the first round, more power to you.
Wait a second. This is okay. I hope I don't. I hope you're right on some of this information because I'm getting excited just reading it. So let's say. But first of all, I agree. You mess with one twin, you're messing with both because they got each other's backs, and we got their backs too. Just like when someone from UC back in the 2015 tournament pushed Aaron and leave. If I quote him right, Lee was like, "Get your hand off him, B."
Yeah, it was an absolute. To quote Lee
again,
it was a bloodbath, and you know who came out on top.
Yeah, that's a great line I'd put on right now. But I hope you're. I don't know if this is even. I don't think it's physically possible, but he said Cauley Stein talked about coming back to UK for his senior year to get his degree and walk on with the team.
Oh, he's sick.
That would be sick.
He's like 40 years old.
And then he said reports on Sestina, not Ulis. Okay. Well, hey, I would love that too. Sestina deserves an actual chance to. Man, we got Sestina this year. We're freaking winning it all.
We're going all the way.
But anyways, guys, I appreciate you watching. This is a late stream, last-second deal. I'm glad we're live right now because it means we beat Louisville. We beat them. We won 70-61. We're going to the Final Four. And as Kenny just said, it was a bloodbath. You know who came out on top. And we're going to the Final Four, and it was not easy. We're quoting Lee left and right here.
Wait, to play us out here.
To play us out. What does that mean to play us out?
To play us out.
To end the show? Okay. Go. Go Big Blue, guys. We got the UK popcorn bucket over here. Hang on.
All right, stay on stream.
I feel it's copyright, man.
Copyright? Everything's copyrighted. All right, but you want to close it off?
Go Big Blue, guys. Proud to be a Kentucky fan. Always am, always will be. Bleed blue, this world and every world that follows.
All right, that's enough quoting.
We're not done yet, man. We're not done yet. See you guys.